Hello, welcome to Dawasi IT. In the previous video, I told you what is Entity Framework. If you haven't seen that video yet, I will give the link in the description below and you can see it from. But today, we'll discuss about the Entity Framework's database first approach. The Entity Framework provides three different approaches to create an entity model, and each model has their own pros and cons. I mean, there are three different approaches to create an entity model, and you can use in your application using Entity Framework. First is database first approach, second model first approach, and third code first approach. These three approaches are very important when you're working with database and developing application. So in this video series of today, first we will discuss about the database first approach. In the database first approach, you create model codes and model designs from the existing database using ADM wizard, that is entity data model. Model codes means classes, properties and DB context. You know, from the existing database you can create classes, properties and DB context, and also create designs on the surface of ADMX without do any extra effort. I mean, it automatically creates model codes and model designs without do any extra effort. You know, everything is created automatically, and this is possible only Entity Framework's database first approach. And now, when to use database first approach? You know, if you already have an existing database, then you can use database first approach. If not, then first create database and tables and then you implement the database first approach in your project. So let me explain to you by diagram, which through you can easily catch up what exactly the database first approach is. In this diagram, you can see that the database and tables already exist. Now what will the Entity Framework do? Entity Framework automatically creates classes, properties and DB context, and also creates design on the surface of ADMX. And it is possible only with the help of ADO.NET Entity Data Model. I mean, through this existing database, Entity Framework create model codes and also create design on the Visual Designer. I think through this diagram you must have known what the database first approach is. So let's show you practically that how to implement database first approach. So first of all, we have to open SQL Server. As you can see here that I already have database and tables. If you have not created database and tables yet, you must first create it. Okay. So I have created two tables here. One is employee details and another department. And now from this existing database, we'll create classes, properties and DB context in our project. So now open Visual Studio. Now I will create a new project in ASP.NET. Click on File, New, Project, and select ASP.NET MVC for Web Application, and I change this name. Database first approach. Click on OK. Select empty. You don't have to change anything here. Let it be like this. And now click on OK. And now we will add ADO.NET Entity Data Model. So right click on Models, Add, New Item, click on Data, select ADO.NET Entity Data Model. I change the name here, Employee Model. If you do not want to change, then let it be like this. No need to change. Okay. Now click on Add. Choose model content, so I select generate from database. Because from the existing database I want to create model codes and visual design, so I select generate from database. Okay, now click on next. Now click on new connection. Type here server name. If you don't know what's your server name, then open SQL Server. Click on file, connect Object Explorer. See your server name. Copy, come back to Visual Studio and paste here and select your database name. So my database name is employee, so I select this. You have to keep in mind one thing here. If you have a SQL Server authentication, then you have to write the username and password. If you do not, then leave it. Click on OK. Leave this name as it is. If you want, you can change it, but I will not change. Okay. Employee entities. This is a connection string name that specifies information about a data source and connecting to it. I mean, through this connection string, we are able to connect our application to the data source. Like username, password, email ID, all this information we can access by this connection string name. So that's why we use connection string name in our project. This connection string name will be saved by default in web config. If you do not want to save in web config, then you uncheck it. Okay. So now click on next. I created only two tables. One is employment details and another one is department. So only two tables are visible here. If you have created more than two tables, then select the tables according to your choice. Okay, but I have only two tables here, so I select both of them. And now click on finish. Look, visual design is created on the surface of EDMX. Ctrl plus S, save. Now let's see model codes, that is classes, properties and DB context. So first we see model context. Double click. Employee entities is a connection string name which is inherited DB context. DB context is a class which is having so many constructors overloaded with various functionality, and this DB context inherits the connection string. And this employee entities is a connection string name which is defined in web config. Let's say employee entities connection string name. Okay, DB context having two DB set as department, DB set as employee details. And now let's see classes and their properties are created or not. Click here employee model.ttt. See, there are two classes, one is department and another one is employee details. Employee details is a class name. I mean, the class name is employee details and having 6 properties: employee ID, name, gender, mobile number, date of joining and salary. And this is a navigation property. And department class having 3 properties: department ID, name, employee ID. This is a foreign key. Okay, and this is a navigation properties. So you saw how and in what way we created model codes and design in the Visual Designer from the existing database. This was the whole process of database first approach, in which we learn what is database first approach and how to implement it. Hope you like, and I will catch you with another new video. Till then, stay connected with our channel Dawa CIT. Thank you so much for watching.